What's up, YouTube? Shawn DaGamer here, and I'm doing an audio review of Monday Night Raw for February 13th, 2017. No face cam today just because, well, not for this video because it's not worth it. Raw wasn't worth it. It was just, you're about 7 weeks away from WrestleMania, and this is the kind of stunts you pull, WWE? I don't get it. So we start the show off with Stephanie and Roman. They're going back and forth about Braun Strowman and all that stuff. Which for some reason brings out the club, who was the first, well, I guess the second. The first one was starting off the show with Roman and Stephanie again. That was the first bad thing about Raw. Second bad thing is the club came out to try to defend Stephanie's honor, but, you know, that didn't work out well. I believe Braun Strowman came out. No, they just jumped him. They just got tired of it and jumped them, the club, during that match. And then he started getting the upper hand. I think Braun Strowman came out. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think he did. I don't remember Raw that well. I'm just going over what I remember. All I know is there was a disqualification finish for that club versus Reigns match. And yes, it was a 2-on-1 handicap match. Oh, what else happened on this show? It was so bad. It was so bad. There was a lot of smaller segments. I see this. We even had a segment with Strowman versus Mark Henry. Like, come on now. Strowman versus Mark Henry. It was like a little 3-4 minute match. Mark Henry lost, of course, to Braun Strowman. What else was on the show? You had a segment with Bo Dallas and Kofi Kingston. Dude, the only best thing about that was the whole joke Kofi did about the social outcast thing. You had a cruiserweight promo for Fastlane. You had Gallagher versus Noam Dar. You had we'll talk about that last. Oh my god. Then we had some tag team drama between Cesaro and Enzo and Cass. They're still going back and forth about that whole thing. Tozawa beat Daivari. It just wasn't a good Raw. It really wasn't. The other notable segments on here, there was 3 more. You had the segment with Joe. The segment with Joe was really, really good, and it should have just been not on Raw. Like, it was just, Joe is one of those talents that is just money, and he should have been on Raw years ago. He just brings a new life to Raw, like how when Brock Lesnar came back destroying people. We're going to get this on a more full-time basics now with Samoa Joe. His promo in that little interview he did with Michael Cole was great. He didn't stumble once. He didn't flumble over his words. Every time Michael Cole tried to talk about Triple H or Seth Rollins, I'm like, I thought it was a Samoa Joe interview, not a Triple H interview. So I thought he was going to, I was just waiting for Joe to attack Michael Cole. I'm like, is this going to be Kane and JR all over again? Is this going to be Kane and JR all over again? But no, it wasn't. But it was still a good little segment. During this segment, Joe said something about Sami Zayn, like he's not on Raw and he's just to be happy to be on Raw. He's here to destroy and, you know, pretty much win championships and do what he does. After that, we got a match between Rusev and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn won with a haluva kick out of nowhere, which I'm still trying to figure out how he delivered that haluva kick out of nowhere because I didn't see it coming. Anyways, after the match, he was interviewed by that new female, Dasha, I believe her name is, or something like that. And Sami Zayn went on a little tear like, well, Samoa Joe will never be a Sami Zayn, yada yada yada. Joe's music hit. Sami Zayn, like an idiot, looks at when you're talking mess about somebody, like, and their music hits, why would you look at the entranceway? Why would you look at the gorilla press position waiting for them to come out? You know you're about to get blindsided from behind. And that's exactly what happened. Joe threw him into the LEDs a few times. Are they LED? Are they HDEDs? Whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. He threw him into the LED board like 3-4 times. Then he put him in the clutch, choked him out. Night night, Sammy, night. Then he hit him. You say my name, you put some respect on my name. I was like, Joe, calm down. It's only Raw. It's not that serious. It did get serious between Owens and Jericho during the friendship. The friendship celebration, the festival of friendship, and Jericho came out all night. Well, before that, maybe like 2 segments before that, we saw Triple H. Yeah, we saw Triple H. He came and pulled Owens to the side, and then we saw him like another segment, and they were talking in like a dark, not a dark corner, but like in a empty hallway or an abandoned hallway. And it was unaudible, like there was no sound, so I couldn't really see what he was saying. But then we go to the Festival of Friendship, where Jericho was doing all this nice stuff for Owens, trying to get back on his good side after he put him in that match with Goldberg. We actually got an appearance by Gilbert in this little segment too. Really quick segment. Jericho was giving out all these gifts. The first one was like some kind of little like piece of art statue of like their friendship bond. It was like it was supposed to have been two people intertwined for their friendship. Then he had like this poster. It was like, I don't remember the name of the picture. I think it's like Jesus and God when they're touching fingers or something like that. There was something like that with Kevin Owens and Jericho. I wanted that picture. I'm not gonna lie. If I get that picture, I will hang that up downstairs, in the living room, because that thing was just nice looking. What else did he give him? Oh, a magician. Friendship the magician. I honestly thought Chris Angel was about to come out. I popped so hard. I was like, I got you a magician. We're in Las Vegas. I'm like, Chris Angel. No, Chris Angel. We got Friendship the magician. Then after that, that's when Gilbert came out. And then Owens just quickly disposed of Gilbert while he was making his entrance. And he was like, this is what I get. This is a waste of time, yada, yada, yada. Blah, blah, blah. And Owens was like, you know what? I got you a gift too. He pulled out a little box, and it was a new list. And Jericho was like, oh, new list. I need one. My old clipboard is getting dingy. I need some more paper and all that stuff. And then Jericho looks at the clipboard. He's like, why is my name on that list? And then Owens just looked like, yep, time to get paid. And just killed. Yeah, he killed. Not just attacked, not just killed. He killed Chris Jericho. Gave him the powerbomb to the apron and all that good stuff. Threw him through the little TV they had on the thing. And they are fast tracking Jericho versus Owens at WrestleMania. More than likely for the United States title. So if Owens does drop the belt, which I am 100% sure that he is to Goldberg, unless some miracle happens, unless they pull the whole we're not friends really, but then Jericho comes out of nowhere and saves the match, I don't see that happening. I really don't. I really think it's going to be Goldberg versus Lesnar for the United States, the Universal title at WrestleMania now. And Goldberg's going to be champion going in, and Lesnar should beat him at WrestleMania to get it off of him. And then the question is, who beats Lesnar? Is it Reigns? Is it Seth? Is it Joe? So be prepared. Everybody just, if deep down in your hearts, for the next couple of months, Owens will not be champion after Fastlane. We will not, personally, I won't have anybody being champion that I want to be champion unless Joe or Sami Zayn gets the belt or Finn comes back. So, only thing I can see there. What else happened on the show? We had the Festival of Friendship. We talked about the Joe segment. We talked about the opening segment. I think the last thing that we got on here is the women's title match. Charlotte. No, let's talk about Emmalina first. Emmalina, apparently she just came out because I literally like went to the restroom because I think it was during a commercial break. Excuse me there. I think it was during a commercial break. And then here it goes. Here's a little description. Emmalina's debut. And Emmalina debuts and declares that she will go back to Emma, then leaves. I stopped caring about. Oh, okay, that was the person. So yeah, Emmalina came out. She looked at all pretty and stuff, and then she was like, "I'm going back to Emma." Which Emma? Are you going back to boo doo 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 boo doo? No, that's the Six Flags theme song. But the happy, bubbly, popping bubbles Emma, or is she gonna go back to evil Emma? Reno 911 Emma. That's my Emma. That is my Emma. But all she did, that's how she came out. Why didn't? Okay, let's go on to Charlotte versus Bayley. This match was decent for the main event of a Raw. It was, I don't know, something about Bayley and Charlotte just not clicking to me. It's just not clicking to me. Something's not right in those matches. There's always a little bit of fumbles, always a little missteps. Both of them are very, very good in the ring, great in the ring. So I don't understand when they get in the ring together, it's like there's really not that much chemistry. It picked up around the end, but at that point, who really cared? It was like clear cut that, okay, maybe Bayley's about to win. So Bayley at the end of the match, Bayley put Charlotte in a figure 4. That prompted the return of another woman, Dana Brooks, who's been out for a couple of months. So she came back. She tried to help Charlotte win. And then that prompted Sasha to come out, knock out Dana Brooks, then then attack Charlotte while the ref wasn't looking. So that allowed Bayley to get a little bit better position, to get a Bayley to belly off. And then we have 1, 2, 3. Bayley is your new women's champion. And I should be way more happy about that if it would have happened at WrestleMania, like it should have. Either WrestleMania or SummerSlam in Brooklyn. Why? Why did they're fast tracking everything? They fast track Owens and Jericho, and they're fast tracking Bayley winning the title. What's next? What are you going to do next? Your tag team champions are pretty much dead in the water on Raw. Jericho's out now. He hasn't even really defended the title since he defended it against Sami Zayn. Who else is on Raw? Your women's champion can't keep the belt. You know what I'm saying? What is Raw doing? You're relying on these part-time talents, which I know sometimes you have to do in this business, but why? Why instead of having, if you want to do the Lesnar Goldberg match, that match is big enough by itself without the title. Why not try to elevate somebody? Why not try to elevate the title? Why not have an actual legit title match between, Kevin Owens and Jericho for the Universal title at WrestleMania instead of Lesnar and Goldberg for the title? Why not have Kevin Owens defend against anybody? Why not Kevin Owens versus Joe at WrestleMania for the title? Why? Why do we have to have these two 40 plus people? Goldberg's like almost 80. And why do we have to have them fighting for the championship when they're... Now, what was I complaining about? I completely forgot. I had to go stop and take care of my grandma real quick. But I believe I was talking about why can't we get these new fresh talents defending the title to help elevate this new title. Maybe it'll be a little bit different if it was the WWE title, a title that has a little bit more established names and credibility to its lineage. But you're building a new title. And it's not like, no offense to Kevin Owens. I love Kevin Owens. I always have. Mr. Steen, you're great in my books. But Kevin Owens could have had a very, very good reign with the talent that was there on the roster from the time he won the belt till now. He could have had reign. He could have had matches against Rollins. I think, you know what I'm saying? He could have had decent feuds with Rollins for the title, Sammy for the title, Reigns for the title, even Jericho for the title. He could have had at least 5 good or 6 programs in the time that he won the title, a little bit after summer, up until Fastlane. But no, what did they want to do? They kept continuously wanting to give us some type of variation between KO, Jericho, and Roman. And then once Seth came back, just throw him into the mix. It was the same 4 people, back and forth, all the time. Not really doing anything. They're just fighting just to fill time. And it's just like, why? Is it the writers? I know it's the writers. I know it's Kevin Dunn. I can't really do the impression as good as JD, but you know what I'm saying. Ooh, Kevin Dunn. Him. It's his fault. I'm just going to blame him. It's like, what did you do to this roster? And everybody wants to complain. Oh, you should never split the rosters in half. You want to split the rosters in half. But when you split the rosters in half and you still actually look at the talent on each roster, how can you really start complaining about a watered down roster when SmackDown is leagues and above better than Raw? And when you really sit down and think about it, Raw has the better, bigger name stars. Yes, SmackDown has a John Cena and a AJ Styles and a Orton, but when you think about what's on Raw right now, you have Undertaker, who says he can go between both shows, but he's on Raw right now because he's feuding with Roman Reigns. And why are we getting Roman Reigns versus Undertaker? Roman Reigns, Taker, Lesnar, Goldberg, Rollins, Jericho, Owens, Zayn, Triple H, Joe now, Finn when he comes back, The Club, The New Day, Enzo and Cass. Who else is on Raw? the entire cruiserweight division, if you give them time to actually wrestle, can actually put on some great matches. You have Arya Daivari in there. You have Mustafa Ali, TJ Perkins, Rich Swann, Brian Kendrick. Why does Raw suck? I just don't understand. And I'm not saying... Actually, I'm saying, why is SmackDown such a better program than Raw? You have all the tools there for a great program on Monday nights. I don't care if it's 3 hours, 2.5 hours, 2 hours. You have enough talent there to make a good product. What is wrong? Why? What is not clicking in the back? Especially, like I said, I looked at the men, looked at some of the tag teams, and if you go to the women's division, Sasha, Bayley, Charlotte, Emma is so good. Alicia Fox, you can do something with her. Dana Brooks, if you actually let her go back and like do a little bit more training, which I hope that's what she was doing, get a little better, she can be something. Who else is on Raw? And then you have just the presence of Stephanie McMahon and things like that. Why is Raw bad? Why are we getting the WrestleMania card that we're getting on the Raw side of things? Hopefully, with SmackDown, I don't really know what's going on with that women's title scene on SmackDown, with Naomi winning the title now, but it still has some type of direction because Naomi is a first-time champion, so she can have all these first-time contenders coming to challenge her. So it's interesting that way, especially if she really is going into WrestleMania to defend that belt. And it's just like, what are you gonna do on Raw? Are you really gonna have that fatal 4-way, which are only 4 women? What about the United States title? Is that really gonna be Jericho and Owens, Reigns? Oh, okay. Let's look at the WrestleMania card right now for what it is as we see it now. We have Bray Orton, WWE title. 9 times out of 10, we're gonna have Nikki Bella, John Cena versus Miz and Maurice in some type of mixed handicap match. Then you have Naomi versus somebody. Then you have the Alphas versus probably the Usos or something. And then you're probably going to have some type of multi-man cruiserweight match. Then you're going to have hopefully still Seth, Triple H, Brock Lesnar, Owens. No, not Brock Lesnar, Owens. I want that. Brock Lesnar, Goldberg for the title. Where's the Intercontinental title? Like I said, there's so many holes, and like there's nothing that I'm really... Where's AJ? AJ versus Shane, like they've been saying. I don't want that. So, all that being said, what do you guys think can be done to help improve the quality of Raw? Because I can sit here for like another 20 minutes talking about everything that Raw can do to be better, but I don't want to do that. So leave a like, comment down below what you think about this week's Raw leading into WrestleMania, and what is like 3 matches that you guys want to see at WrestleMania with the current card. 2 matches. What is the main match you want to see on SmackDown? What's the main match you want to see on Raw, if you can book the match? All that being said, remember, follow me on all types of social media linked in the description down below: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, and everything else is linked down there below as well. Share this video out with your friends so they can also get in on the conversation about how bad Raw is. Subscribe if you have not already, and once you do subscribe, if you're new here, please hit the notifications to stay updated on everything that I do. With all that being said, I am Shawn DaGamer, and I am out of here.